Hey guys, it's Chip here again for another review. Sorry, I've had a wild weekend and I don't feel like bright lights right now. So I know this is going to be a low quality video, and I'm sorry, but I had a very wild weekend. The movie I'm going to review, I've seen parts of it online and but until I actually sat down and watched it, I didn't appreciate it for what it is, and it's easily one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Burning Moon from Adolf Ehrenbach. I don't know if this is his first film, but it's the first one that really got him popular. Um, this is I don't have the tape in here, so my player. Um, this is shot on VHS German Gore Fest, and if you don't, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone here knows what this is, but you're probably like me, you know what it is, but you just haven't seen it. Um, he's done a lot of stuff like Prometheus, Lord of the Living Dead. Did the special effects for Andreas Bethman's three most recent movies, which if you remember my review for K9, where I was talking about the torture scene at the end of it, oh, that was amazing. Um, and he's also done Garden of Love, which also goes under the title of The Haunting of Rebecca Verlaine. Um, Flammerdangen, I think it's I don't know. It's like Flandemerdangen or something. It's a very I just said like a really red Flammerdangen. No, it's Flandemerdangen. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. I think it's like Family Album or something. No, my German's kind of rusty. I haven't taken that class yet this year. Um, let's see. It's amazing that whenever you take 3 years of a foreign language, if you skip one semester of it, how automatically you just go retarded on the subject. Um, he also did another one my name is slip. Beyond the Limits. Beyond the Limits is the one that's probably closest to Burning Moon, at least the second half of it. It's just this delinquent German teenager who looks like he was pulled right out of like a Duran Duran video, and his parents get mad at him because he got into a gang fight, and they ground him, and of course that pisses him off. So the logical thing to do would be shoot up on heroin and go tell your sister demented bedtime stories, which is of course what he does. And the first one is about a psychopath who escapes from the mental institution or whatever, and that's a very bloody part. But he goes and whenever he escapes, he goes to his see his blind date and stuff, and she figures out who he is while they're in the car. She flees, but she leaves her purse behind. He gets her ID, finds out where she lives, and goes there. And just the rest of it's just him just killing off just member after member of her family, and it has an amazing ending. Um, the second story, which is the best, I can't remember the name of it, but it's this psychotic rapist priest who I forget exactly what it is. This is kind of spoilery, but just it's not really spoilery. This is more of a visual film. The plot is not heavy in this. Um, but I won't spoil like the very ending for it. But the two stories themselves, they're not. They're entirely effects based. But it sorry, I'm at a loss of words right now. Um, Rapist priest, psycho killer. He makes this pact with the devil, and he blesses this like farmhand and says whoever harms him will suffer in hell because the people in the town think it's this autistic farmhand, and they think that he's the one who's killing people instead of the priest. They don't know who would suspect a priest. So the priest commits suicide, which like enacts the curse or something. I really don't know. It's not like I said. They're not plot heavy, but anyway, long story short, the priest blesses the guy that whoever harms him will burn in hell. So of course, one of the town's members hires a hitman, and they go and he beats the farmer to death and stabs him with a pitchfork. And it's a kind of it's not like a hard scene to watch. It's just kind of I don't know. It's weird because the guy has autism. You actually do kind of feel sorry for him in this particular part because it's just so fucking brutal. One of the best bludgeonings I've ever seen, ever. Um, and so then he comes back from the dead, and whenever he comes back, like all hell breaks loose, literally, and the guy who killed him is sent to hell, and all that fun stuff. But what really just made me love this movie was the last about 20 minutes of it, where it actually shows like what his vision of hell is, and it's basically just nude or like cloth robed monsters with like severed heads and stuff just torturing each other in what looks like a mixture of like a. In honesty, I can really compare it to the basement in Saw, the very first one. It's kind of what it reminded me of. Like half of it was like that. There's a part of the bathroom, but it really reminds me of something like Van Beber's short film Roadkill. It looks like something like that. There's like people in cages and shit. But it's insane. It's like a pure nightmare. I mean, it really is. If I had seen this movie, look, it's cheesy and stuff. So, but if I had seen this movie when I was 8 years old, it would have scared the piss out of me. Um, I would say if I'd probably watched this movie about when I was 12 or so, it still probably would have scared the piss out of me. Just because of how just creepy it is. Like I really can't describe it. And maybe whenever people watch this, they're gonna think I'm on crack because it's a very poor budgeted movie. But and the effects in it, they're splendid for gore and over the topness, but for realism and like real looking effects, they're not that good. But just the setting for the hell, it's like this like decrepit basement with like pipes and shit, and there's like tiles that are falling off the wall in some scenes, like in like a tiled bathroom. There's like a corpse beside of it. Um, it just really lets to be seen. And then of course there's the epic ending of that where the killer is tortured. Which if you don't know what that ending is, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life for sure. So yeah, if you can get a hold of this, this tape is really rare, but if you can get a hold of this, I highly recommend that you check this out. And again, one of the ones that I downloaded, I skimmed through it, I'm cool because watched the gore and stuff. But whenever I actually sat down and watched it, watched it, it floored me. Easily one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Easily. Um, I will have a text review for this up maybe in a month ish on my site. I have a lot of crap. Next week, hopefully, I will be reviewing Severin's February release of The Alcove, which has me thrilled because I love The Alcove. I saw that movie a couple of months ago, I think, um, and I was interested in it about buying the X-rated cult thing. So next week will be a pretty cool one because if you haven't seen The Alcove, it's one of D'Amato's classics. Alright, thanks. Sorry for the crappy quality, but I just want to make sure that YouTube uploads these videos right because my uploader's been acting stupid recently. And like I said, my mind is still shot from this weekend. So, thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.